Dying Light is a near perfect game, and I know I overuse that term, but I promise you it's one of my favorite games I've ever played. I mean, for perspective here, when I made my last review on it, I was playing through it 3 times simultaneously. One with my friend Nolan, one with my friend Rapta, and one by myself. And in each and every playthrough, where I was doing the exact same thing and going through the exact same story, I still enjoyed it. And I don't know any other game that I could say that about. So I took a little break after that video, but now I want to come back and play through the DLC, which is honestly one of the best video game DLCs I've ever played in my life. Again, not exaggerating. And I want to show you this experience and just show you why this game's so good, not with my words, but with the gameplay itself. So I'm back, baby, and welcome to the Dying Light experience. One thing I want to mention before I hop in and show you the experience is that this game is on sale right now from October 14th to October 28th for up to 50% off on the Steam store. So if you like this game or if you just want to play it because you've been looking at it, now is the best time to check it out because 50% off is a really good deal for this game. And not to mention, you can get rare weapons if you redeem my code by checking out the link in the description. Shout out to Techland for inspiring me to play this game once again, and make sure to support such a good developer by clicking my link in the description and buying Dying Light for up to 50% off. So in the base version of the game, you play through the story of a guy named Kyle Crane, who's an agent for an organization called the GRE, and probably a part-time porn voice actor, whenever he's not doing that. Oh no, step ship, I'm stuck in the Suez Canal.
I try to stay calm, okay? I'll be right back.
And this guy is sent into the city of Haran by this agency in order to recover some files that for some reason the people who have internet can't just like upload into a Google Drive. And the files are important, and then you meet the villain who's an asshole for no reason, bada bam bada boom, some things happen and then the story unfolds. That's the gist, right? But in the following, which again is what I'm playing through today, there's a little side story, and it's honestly quite interesting. This dude comes in with an eye patch and he's like, outside of the wall, there's people who are taming zombies and they're not killing other people. And you're like, oh shit, okay, I'm just gonna bail on my entire mission to go figure out what's going on. Okay, buddy, see you outside the wall. So you find your way outside of the wall through the sewers in order to investigate what exactly is going on, and that is where I begin today's adventure. So Rapta and I spawned into the sewer, and we made it our mission to get out of there and figure out what the hell is happening outside of Haran. But you see, me and Rapta, aka Kyle Crane and Skyrim Kyle Crane, are pro parkour enthusiasts, because the main game, aka the main map of Haran, is a lot of parkour. It's entirely open world, and you can jump between building and crevice and alleyway and all types of crazy stuff to traverse the open world with your outstanding parkour skills. So, I'm sure I could easily get down from this beautiful ledge and make it down to the bottom into the safe pool of water. I'm sure it's super easy.
If I fall now.
Yeah, as you could see, that was pretty, honestly, I could have done that in my sleep. But now that I'm down, it's time to explore and try to figure out who the hell is starting these crazy rumors that zombies are being basically domesticated. So we decided to climb up into a hunting tower to get a view of our surroundings and figure out where we needed to go, and we found 2 of the sickest weapons I've ever seen in the game. Rapta got this big ass sword thingy, and I got some slightly smaller but also cool sword thingy, and not gonna lie, they were a little OP. So we sliced and diced our way to what was for some reason the most populated field in the world. I don't really know why there's so many damn people in this field with no houses around it. But hey, no questions asked. And we calmly and patiently worked our way through in order to get to that civilization and see what this rumor was about. Nothing gets me in the mood to play a game like some gory ass zombie kills. I mean, look at all the ways I could kill them. I could chop their heads off. I could drop kick them into oblivion. I could use the environment and knock down a fence that then knocks them down. There's literally countless ways, and there's countless weapons. So what more could I possibly be excited about? Okay, not gonna lie, I'm pretty excited about this guy because he has a sick-ass mustache. I don't really know why he just watched me entirely jump his fence while I'm armed to the teeth with assault rifles and swords, and then not really care about it, but again, hey, maybe people out here are just nicer. So I talked to the guy, and he said, bleh, 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 which I guess means, yo, go check out the other dude in the backyard, because I'm not actually in charge. So I found the guy in charge, but he was a little busy having an argument with the girl from Life is Strange about how it's not just a Faye's daughter and you're actually really depressing to be around. Then he basically said he can't help me and that he'll give me some bread, but that's about it. So I left, walked outside, and found Trevor from GTA just vibing and trying to sell me some stuff. Nobody in this damn settlement was helping me out with what was going on about the tamed zombies, but Trevor did say, "Guess what, man? You could go steal a car." And I was like, yo, wait a minute, this game has cars? Okay, sign me up, and I went to do it. At this point, Rapta and I realized that this map is freaking massive. But it was okay, because we're about to have a car and things were going to get a lot better. So we traversed our way across the map towards where the car was and climbed up on a tower to get a better eye as to what we were about to face. Alright boys, so we gotta do this quietly and quickly. We gotta be professional, hop in, kill everybody, and get out without being noticed. Bravo 6 going dark. I'll hit the zip line, head over to this tower, and silently kill this guy, and then one by one take out everybody in the entire facility. Sound good, Rapta? Alright, sounds good. This guy's not gonna... Holy shit, bro. I just knocked... Oh my god. Oh god, oh god.
Mr. Bang.
Alright. I kind of messed up the mission. I apologize. It was supposed to go a little smoother, but hey, everything worked out. Now I'm just going to easily take this car out of here without damaging it and then drive back to Trevor from GTA and see what's up. Jesus Christ, this thing is fast, bro. All right, I'm going to go through the gate. Oh my god.
Wait, we sit 2 in 1?
No, you could just have, or I don't know.
You can sit 2 in 1 car.
Yeah. Oh, oh my god, bro. Oh, watch out, dude. Trying to drive. Get out.
This is not NASCAR.
Get out of my way, dude. You drive like shit.
Hobo's here.
Jesus. Excuse me. Jesus Christ, driving cars in this game are extremely freaking fun. I knew this DLC was going to be awesome, but oh my god, that was fun. And as you can tell, I'm really good at driving, but we're not going to focus on that part because I don't want to flex. We'll just focus on how fun it is. So we get back and Con, which is the real name of the guy I keep calling Trevor, was nowhere to be found. The only person there was the Life is Strange girl, and she said something, but honestly I was not listening to her. And then after that we were informed that something happened with bandits and that we had to go deal with them. And as you know, I'm pretty damn good with dealing with bandits. We killed through the bandits pretty easily for the most part. I mean, we did have our guns that carried over from the character in our main playthrough, so it wasn't too bad. And then once we did that, we met another guy who said that he needs help turning on the water, which is why he was there in the first place, and he got kidnapped by those bandits. And you know, since we're pretty friendly guys, we figured we would do that. So we go into the place, and all the pipes start bursting like crazy, so we dramatically drive over to the other thing to fix it, but eventually we turned the water back on, and it was now time to continue to learn more about these damn domesticated zombies. But of course, we got a little distracted at first and we're driving around killing zombies and stuff like that because, as you know, it's a lot of fun. And then Rapta literally decapitated me while I was texting and he was driving. I guess it's not even safe to be a passenger in text these days, but we're just not going to mention that. You know, I could forgive someone for decapitating me. And as night was finally falling, we met back up with Jasir to talk about how we could learn more about these zombies. And basically, he didn't really trust us, but he did tell us that there's these people called the Faceless, and in order to learn more about them, we have to help out the locals. The Faceless are basically a giant cult who help to cause this whole zombie domestication thing, and in order to get in with this cult, again, we have to make a reputation for ourselves. So the next few hours or so of gameplay consisted of us just going around and helping out people in order to get our reputation up and eventually get good enough to meet the Faceless. It was a lot of exploring, a lot of open world nonsense with the car and running over zombies and driving extremely badly over and over and over again. But I have no complaints because it was a lot of fun, like I said. The best part about this game is the fact that it's co-op because, again, doing this is extremely fun by yourself, but imagine doing it with friends. And not to mention, you could do it with more than just one friend. You can have up to 4 or 5 players in the game, so I couldn't even imagine how chaotic it would be if there was more of us. But the co-op is one of the best parts of Dying Light, and another reason why you should check it out. At one point, after helping a couple people and getting our cult clout up a little bit, we had to help some guy with a mustache. I think it was the original mustache guy, but I'm not entirely sure. But he needed to turn on the power at a dam, and once we show up, guess who we got our first sight of? The Faceless. Somehow, this guy, who really didn't seem to like me very much, made the zombies not attack. They just stopped attacking for some reason. I don't know what his magic trick is, but foreshadowing, maybe we'll find out later in this video. But once again, they needed help, so we decided to dive into the dam to fix the problem and make it to where he could turn on the power. Once we did that, this man took literally ages to turn on the power. He just mindlessly stared at this switch and took probably 10 minutes to get the damn power on. I don't even know what he was doing. I was getting a little triggered because it was getting nighttime, and I don't know if you know this, nighttime is pretty damn scary in this game. There's a dramatic shift, I guess you can say, once it becomes nighttime. You see, during the day, you're going around chopping people's heads off and stuff, and then when night comes, the volatiles come out. And oh my god, these things are terrifying. You could either try your best to kill them and die multiple times because of it, or you could run away, which is usually the ideal option because these guys are the worst. They're kind of like the overpowered dramatic zombies. They're in the normal game as well, obviously, but for some reason, in a wide open field where you have no cover and no way to hide, it's a little more tempting to just run away and go to a safe zone. So we decided to go with the latter option and just stay safely inside this metal building that's surrounded by basically an electric fence because we did not feel like dealing with that. Later on though, we definitely will. The next morning, we woke up and continued our adventure, driving around the map, exploring the area, and helping out the locals. These locals really didn't trust us, and even after our encounter with the Faceless, they weren't ready to talk to us about how they were taming the zombies. So we did some odds and ends. We went to help some kids who ended up being pieces of shit, because once we got in there, it turns out they bait people into their warehouse, and then try to get them killed by a ginormous zombie. They're like, help! And they were like, okay, kids, I'll help you. We get in there, and they release what they called the big guy on us. That was extremely enjoyable. Then, after another distraction with a lot of extremely good driving and extremely professional gameplay, we decided to go on another mission to help investigate some mysterious noises in a park. Now, I will just say, if I know one thing about mysterious noises, it's that you probably don't want to go to them. Alright, quiz time. Let's say that you theoretically pull up to a park with a giant well in it where there's screaming coming out of it. What are your options? 1, run away. 2, try to find a safer entrance. Or 3, just jump balls deep into the well and hope for the best. Which one are we gonna pick? Option 3, let's go. Oh, okay, that's awkward. We jump into the bottom of this well, and it's extremely spooky and quiet, and there's cans of food everywhere. And we find out that the noise is coming from a child that was turned into a zombie. You know, I felt a little bad for them. The whole time I've played this game, I haven't seen anything about children zombies. So I was like, oh man, what a poor little guy. Then before we even did anything, Raptor just goes up and snaps his neck. Yeah. Raptor, I don't know if that was the move, but we'll just, let's just continue on our way. So, because we were a little curious about what was going on in this cave, we decided to swim through this massive underwater labyrinth, and we end up in another room with a guy who looks kind of hurt. And he's upset because, you see, his son turned... Oh, that's not good. Yep, and this is how we play games. We went the wrong direction, jumped in the opposite side of what we were supposed to go in, and killed the kid who we weren't supposed to find out about until after we talked to the guy in the wide open entrance on the other side. Yeah, so when he was like, hey, can you go back and deal with my son? You know, it's really tearing me up. Raptor's like, oh, don't worry, buddy. I killed him before I even knew what was going on. I'm like, okay, bad PR. So we needed a bit of a break after that one because it was a bit of a emotional roller coaster. So we decided to do our usual, driving around, looting, killing zombies, exploring, stuff like that, trying to loot up on some materials and get some better weapons to eventually have an easier time killing the volatiles at night. Once we got a little tired of doing that, it was time to continue on our mission, because guess what? We have gained enough clout points with these people to be able to learn a little bit more about the mysterious cult of the Faceless. We had to go to this giant temple called the Eye of the Sun in order to find out what was happening. How is this cult getting zombies to not attack people when they're super aggressive and running at you from all directions at all other times? It was time to investigate and find out more. Okay, this is a bit interesting. Okay, maybe some ceremonial burning of incense or something. Oh, okay. So, they're getting the zombies high. They're just getting them high, and then they don't attack you. Okay, sounds like we're moving to Oregon. I mean, easy solution. Boom, now you know what happens next. We packed up all of our things, put it in the buggy, and decided to drive to Oregon. Everybody knows all drugs are legal there, and, moving from Huron to Oregon isn't that bad, so we're gonna do it. But unfortunately, we got a little bit lost on our journey, and, instead of getting the friendly Oregon drug addicts with, always smoking and just chilling out and vibing, we end up in Florida with all the Florida people. I wish I knew in the beginning that the lore of this game was just that, there's Oregon on one side, just making all the zombies vibe, and then there's the Florida people on the other side eating bath salts and trying to eat your face off. We tried our best to fight off the Florida people, but it just was too hard, and eventually we had to give up. So we retraced our steps, parkoured in reverse back up the cave, and went back to the deadly infected city of Huron. You know what? We don't even want to mess with this place, and I don't plan on coming back anytime soon. And that, my friends, was the start of the Dying Light The Following experience. Will we ever continue our adventure back to Florida to try to figure out what the hell's going on, or are we going to stay safely in the zombie-infected city of Huron? Guess you're going to have to stick around to find out. Also, make sure you stick around and check out the Dying Light sale. Once again, it is up to 50% off in the Steam store between the 14th and the 28th of October, and you could even get some hired editions that have the following DLC in it. So if you're interested, click my link in the description below. And don't forget, you can even get some rare weapons by redeeming my code with the link in the description. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I just want to spend a minute to talk about something. I've been a little creatively drained lately, and this is a bit of a deviation from what I've been doing. Yes, Dying Light did sponsor me to make this video, but at the same time, I want to try something new. So let me know your thoughts on this type of video, and let me know if you'd like to see more of them. Thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you guys next time, and peace.